All right, it is now time to turn on the light. There are just a couple of things that we have to do in advance of that, however. We have to plug in the CM19A module itself to the Raspberry Pi, and then plug in the transceiver. But once we do those things, we'll be able to issue the command to turn the first light on and then back off again. And I will show you how to do all of that coming up here. What we're looking at here is the Raspberry Pi physically as we've left it, and you'll see that everything is still plugged in. What we need to do here is unplug the mouse from the Raspberry Pi, since assuming you haven't set it up for SSH the way I have and you're still using the keyboard directly, you're going to need the keyboard to issue the command to turn the light on and off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy here, which is the CM19A module, and the USB from the Raspberry Pi will be sufficient to power it. I am going to wrap the cord around here, and then I'm going to pull out the mouse cord from the Raspberry Pi and plug the CM19A module in, and you should see its little light up once it gets plugged in, and we're going to turn a command on. So there it is sitting there waiting for a command to be issued, and we will see that shortly. Next, I have the actual transceiver module and the lamp cord that I'm going to be plugging in, and I'm going to bring those into the field of view. Here's the transceiver module itself, and if you look closely, you can see that it's set to house code A. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the cord to my lamp around and plug it in, like so. And then off the screen, I'm going to plug this into actual electrical power in order to power this lamp. And I will do that shortly and then check back in with you. And now for the moment of truth. What I'm showing you is a small putty window so that you can see this alongside the actual feed from the Pi and the CM19A. And what you're going to want to look for is, number one, when I type the command, you're going to see the little red light here that I'm pointing to light up to indicate that the command is being sent. Another thing that you're going to want to look for, or at least I should say listen for, is the click of the transceiver module. It makes an audible click that if you listen, you'll be able to hear off in the background. The other thing to look for is that I have completely darkened the room that I'm in, so when I actually turn this on, what you should see is in the presenter window, the light should get brighter, and then it should get dimmer when I turn it back off. So what I'm going to do is at the command line in my driver directory, I'm going to type sudo because we need to be elevated here in order for this to claim the USB port. And then I'm going to type Python, and I'm going to enter the driver. And so that's the actual command to invoke the driver itself. And then I'm going to say I want house code and room code A1, and that I want to turn it on. So now look for the light on the module, listen for the click, and then look for the actual room to get brighter. And there it goes. We have success, and if you're following along, you've just turned your first light on. I'm going to hit up at the Linux command line to bring this back, and we'll see the same thing when I turn it off. Look for the red light to come on the CM19A module, listen for the click, and then look for the screen to get dimmer. And just so you can see it, I'm going to pan over to the actual light. And here sitting on my desk is a lamp. And I'll go back and I will turn it on once again. And then turn it off. And there you have it. Let there be light.